Testing sound, testing sound, testing sound, testing sound, testing sound. Headset, testing sound. Testing sound, testing sound. Testing sound, testing sound. 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 Test, test, test. Test, test, test. am I in on? I'm in on 2 contracts. Mark 12. I'm gonna adjust this to my max drawdown for a day. Which doesn't really fit structure. Looking for this to be a big pullback. If it starts pushing up, I'll add a 3rd contract. My initial entry here was good. The 2nd contract up here was really bad. I should have waited for this move to be adding this contract. Now I'm in a bit of a risky position, but hopefully this can get back above VWAP. That's what the middle yellow, I don't know if that's yellow or gold, whatever. That middle yellow line, if we can get above there, that's VWAP. Then I'll add a 3rd and see if we can't push up a little bit. Sellers in control at the moment on the delta. Doesn't look too bearish overall though. You go and take a look at the longer time frame charts. You look at the 200 EMA, which is the blue line. This chart's really messy, but the blue line is the 200 EMA. So if we're above that, I'm only going to take longs. All these orange lines are pivot levels that I used to use, but I'm not using today. Little push coming in. I don't normally like to take trades based off of crossing VWAP. Usually, I'm looking for a strong move into VWAP. So for example, if this had come down, it hit VWAP and then bounced and started going back up, I like to take the VWAP bounce more than actually trying to take the trade across a VWAP. I just found with breakouts along, not even just breakouts, but really anything that concerns VWAP gets kind of sketchy. Aside from the VWAP bounce, a strong move into the VWAP and then it bounces, aside from that, I feel like either some sort of algo or some sort of, market mover is usually like manipulating things around VWAP just because they know a lot of people trade this. So I tend to not trust VWAP
Order filled.
much, but it just so happens that, you know, the break of VWAP coincides with the bounce that I'm looking for, right? Essentially, I'm hoping that this establishes itself as a trend, and if it pushes up, then I will take my profits wherever. Three contracts is fairly big, so for me anyway. For me, it's pretty big. Um, so then I'll cut this off pretty soon if this gets up, starts pushing up. If not, let's see, where's 1500 at? Let's adjust all these. Let's make these one thing. Put it at 1490. That's the most I can afford to lose today, so we'll leave that there. And now it's just to patiently wait. So then I'm going to do a little bit of a taboo here. A lot of people say to leave your take profits and your stops alone. I'm going to move this to break even so that at least I'm locking in something so I won't end up negative today. Um, and then I'll move my take profit really far away. And if it really wants to push up there, then sure, I'll take that. But I have a feeling I'll get stopped out before it goes way up here. If it does, that would be fantastic, but I don't know. We'll see. Whatever the market wants to give is what I'll take. That might be a little tight. I really want to move this up so I can lock in the thousand at least, but we'll just be patient. Whatever, whatever it wants to give is whatever it wants to give. I'm okay with I think I'm at 500, right? Yeah, 520 locked in, which is okay. Holding above the volume node here. Let's see if buyers can get this back up and make a new high on the day. If I was smart, I would just sell like one contract and just keep running with two and lock in more, but I'll be a little bit greedy here. Not a fan of the stalling. I'm gonna tighten up a little more. Normally I would give this way, way, way more space, right? Like my stop would still be at least underneath this trend line somewhere. But when I'm in with three contracts, I'm just not willing to risk that, right? Like taking a stop out underneath this trend line would be over $1,000 loss, and I don't want to go from showing positive 1,000 to locking in negative. Pushing, not seeing much on the delta, but pushing anyway. Let's creep up a little more. It's looking tired, honestly. I bet this thing will rocket off to new highs as soon as I get out, though. I'm at 775.
Stop filled.
Okay, so stopped out up 790. Took three contracts just to kind of recap everything. Markets opened up at 8:30 or around. I think this is it. Yeah, opened up in the morning. I thought the downtrend was going to continue, but then we got the break here. Once this break happened, I figured I would take a long. Sorry about that. Again, taking the long just because on the this is my hour chart, 1 hour. And I see that the 200 EMA is here. So I'm only going to take longs when we're above the 200 EMA like this. You'll never see me taking or getting or doing any sort of short trades when we're above the 200 EMA like that. So that's basically my edge. That's my bias. So taking account of that, came over here, saw this morning that overnight, this is overnight session basically, so that the market was trending down. Decided I would wait for the breakout. On the first breakout of the downtrend, I would take whatever long and add a contract. So we added one, added one here. That was our first add. Again, this is, you see it breaks the, just draw a line to make it easy to see everything. It's trending down here, right? If you went to this point, that's the downtrend. I waited for this to break, came up, bought one, move this line, bought one. It, pushed my stop. I think at that time was here on this. I'll just indicate where my stop was with that line when I bought this first contract. We got the push up. I got a little bit greedy here because I was hoping there would be more of a pullback so I could get a second contract. I thought it was going to go without me. Pushed up, um, bought the second contract a bit early, and then as you can see, I started getting wrecked on it, which is, that's my fault, right? I shouldn't have bought at high on the day. The pullback happened. After the pullback, wait for it to start testing back upwards. Brought the break of VWAP on the third contract, and then just cut it off quick because three contracts is fairly big and uncomfortable for me. So that's it. Lesson learned for today. Always wait. Don't buy at the high of the day. Wait for the pullback to happen, no matter what the chart looks like. Even if it means not trading that day and only writing one contract for a while, that's fine. So be it. Let it pull back. Be patient. Look for the good entry on the retests or the breakout after the pullback, and then go long. Because if I had added just here on a second contract, this would have been a lot better of a trade, and I would potentially be able to hold for more, even though it does look like it wants to come down now. But yeah, that's it. This is really just a test to see if the software and all that works so I could stream. It looks like it does work. I had a bit of an echo at the start, but it looks like it's working. That's it. Take care.